Good morning mga boss. So today's discussion is about point-to-point method of short circuit calculation. So ano ba yung point-to-point method of short circuit calculation? So alam naman natin na maraming type ng short circuit calculation ang ginagamit ng mga electrical engineer to analyze electrical system when it comes to short circuit analysis. So yung point-to-point method, isa dito yung point-to-point method. It is a manual short circuit calculation used for quick engineering estimates and equipment rating checks. So for example, you are a maintenance engineer. So may tumawag na sumabog yung isang circuit breaker. So bakit sumabog yung circuit breaker? So as electrical engineer, ang titignan mo agad is yung KAIC rating. So alam mo na sumabog yung circuit breaker kasi nagkaroon ng short circuit doon sa system, sa electrical system or loads. And ang analysis mo will be bakit sumabog yung circuit breaker. So dapat ang circuit breaker magti-trip lang. So this type of calculation will give you some idea para ma-analyze yung situation na ganon. Yung point-to-point method of short circuit calculation, ina-assume natin na infinite yung short circuit capacity ng utility. So meaning wala kang available na short circuit MVA or short circuit current sa utility side mo. So ayun, ang first step is to determine the full load current of the transformer. And then second is kailangan natin i-calculate yung transformer let through short circuit current. So from the previous video, meron tayo kung paano i-calculate yung transformer let through current or yung prospective short circuit current ng isang transformer sa secondary side. So in this method, kailangan mong i-calculate yung tinatawag na F factor. So ito yung formula ng F factor. So this is square root of 3 for 3 phase. And you need the cable length and the available short circuit at that point. C factor, kailangan natin yan. Cable C factor, i-discuss natin yan mamaya. And kailangan mo rin ma-determine yung number of parallel conductor per phase ng ating system and yung ating line-to-line voltage. After calculating the F factor, kailangan natin i-calculate yung M multiplier. So it's simply this one, 1 over 1 plus the F factor. So yun yung ating multiplier. And para mo makuha yung short circuit sa isang short circuit point, simply multiply the available short circuit at that point and the M multiply. So if your system mostly motor load, so kailangan mong i-consider ang short circuit ng contribution ng mga motor. Okay? So practically some engineers are using 4 to 6 times full motor load current sa point-to-point method of calculation. Yan ay if kung hindi available ang iyong subtransient value. So normally ginagamit nila 4 to 6 times. So ipapakita natin mamaya. So this is the C values for conductors. So galing ito sa colored book, ay AAA colored books. Sample calculation ng i-determine natin ano ba yung short circuit value kapag nagkaroon ng 3-phase short circuit sa secondary side ng transformer. So determine the full load current of the transformer. Normally makikita mo na yan sa nameplate, pero kung hindi siya available, so calculate mo lang siya as power formula. So we have 2886.84 ampere in this case. And second, we need to determine the let through short circuit current of the transformer. Simple lang yan. So yung yung full load current divided by mo siya sa percent or yung impedance voltage ng iyong transformer. So meron tayong 42,768 ampere in this case. So dahil may motor short circuit contribution dito sa case natin, so yung short circuit ng contribution ng motor is simply the current ng lamp motor divide sa subtransient value. So kung hindi siya available, so kuhanin mo lang yung current ng ating lamp motor and then multiply mo lang siya sa 4 to 6 times. In this case, given yung subtransient, so we have a motor short circuit contribution na 4,811.39 ampere. So dito, sabi nga, ayun, kapag hindi given ng subtransient, wala kang data ng subtransient mo, so pwede mo gamitin yung 46 times ng motor full load current. So in this case, meron kang electro short circuit current sa transformer secondary side at pagkakaroon ka ng short circuit contribution galing sa motor. So from this point, magkakaroon ka ng 42,768 ampere plus yung iyong short circuit contribution ng motor na 4,811. So sa makatuwid, meron kang 47,579.39 ampere or 48 kilo ampere doon sa secondary side ng transformer kapag nagkaroon ng 3-phase short circuit doon sa secondary side ng iyong transformer. So paano naman natin i-calculate yung fault sa bus 1, sa bus 400 volt bus or yung ating say fault 1. So again, calculate natin yung F factor using the C values of 1,000 kc mil na cable. So equivalent niya sa 25,278. So using the formula, square root ng 3, multiply mo siya sa 1,000 feet. Yan length ng cable, ito yan, 100 feet, sorry, length ng cable, multiply mo siya sa 42,768. Ito yung available short circuit na kayang ibigay ng transformer. Okay, then divide mo siya sa C values 25,278, divide 4 and divide 400 volts, yung line to line voltage. Meron kang 0.18 na F values, and then calculate the M multiplier. It's simply using this formula. So meron tayong 0.85 na M multiplier. Next is short circuit calculation value doon sa short circuit value doon sa port 1. Dahil meron tayong available short circuit galing sa transformer na 42,768, multiply mo lang sa M multiplier. Meron tayong 36,352.8 ampere. Pero dahil meron tayong short circuit contribution, kung mapapansin mo, from fault 1 pumunta yung short circuit contribution ng galing dito sa transformer, pupunta sa fault 1, and yung motor contribution pupunta rin yan sa fault point. Always remember, no, kapag nagkaroon ng 3-phase short circuit, lahat ng short circuit contributor pupunta lahat doon sa point ng short circuit. So in this case, karoon ka ng short circuit sa iyong galing sa transformer mo, which is equivalent to 36,352.8 ampere plus yung motor load short circuit contribution na 4.8 kilo ampere. So magkakaroon tayo ng 41,164.19 ampere dito sa 400 volt bus. Ito yung value ng short circuit mo kapag nagkaroon ng 3-phase short circuit. So, short circuit calculation at fault 2 naman tayo. Again, kailangan nating i-calculate yung F factor using the formula. So, direct substitution lang naman yan. Yung C values ng 600 kcml as per C factor table is 22,965. So, we have F value na 0.17. So, calculate the M multiplier. We have 0.85. So, at this point, may available na 36,352 ampere doon sa 400 volt bus now. So, mangyayari dyan. And then, meron kang motor load contribution again na 4,800 ampere. Mangyayari dyan, yung fault na 36,352 pupunta sa fault point, which is the fault 2. At yung motor contribution mo, pupunta rin yan dyan sa short circuit point na fault 2. So, magkakaroon sila ng 35,711.27 ampere or 35.7 kiloampere. So, yung analysis result using the point-to-point short circuit calculation, yung fault at transformer secondary side kapag nagka-fault doon sa point na yon, meron tayong 47.6 kiloampere, 41.2 kiloampere sa fault 1, at sa fault point 2 meron tayong 35,711 ampere. So, magkakaroon tayo ng estimate dyan kaik rating ng CB, which is 65 kaik. All 65 kaik yung magiging initial estimation mo, just in case nga nagkaroon ng ganong sinabi ko kanina, yung sumabog yung breaker. So, i-compare mo siya 65 kaik initially. So, merong iba't ibang type ng short circuit calculation, at ito na nga yung isa, yung point-to-point method. Meron din tayong MVA method at meron din tayong per unit method. So, sa susunod na video, i-discuss natin yung MVA method and i-compare natin siya sa result ng point-to-point method. Mas mataas ba siya o mas mababa? So, stay tuned and sana may natutunan kayo sa discussion. Thank you and God bless mga boss.